sunny and 80 degrees. No, that's not correct. This is a live look at downtown Seattle this morning. You might think traffic here is bad right now, but just wait for the next 3 years because of numerous mega projects all happening at the same time. Planners say downtown Seattle will experience a period of what's called maximum constraint. Here to explain what that is and how it affects not only drivers, but mass transit users and pedestrians. Mike Lindblom from the Seattle Times. Good to have you here, Mike.
Hi, Margaret.
Maximum constraint. I don't even know what it is. I just know I don't want it. What does that mean?
Well, it means what it sounds like, that there is going to be a very limited amount of train capacity, road capacity, sidewalk capacity to get through downtown. At the same time, projects are being built all across the area. The growth that we see in private towers is going to continue. So things are just going to be tighter and more difficult for everybody who is crossing downtown.
And this means no matter how you're doing it, whether you're on mass transit, whether you're driving, you're walking, you're biking, everybody will feel this.
Well, bicycle paths are going to increase in the near term, but everyone else is going to see a tougher go of things.
Okay, and this starts when, and we think it ends when?
Well, unofficially, it started last week when crews started carving First Avenue at South Jackson Street to begin putting streetcar lanes in the center part of First Avenue.
This is going to be
all the way
so
up
fun.
to Westlake.
Okay, so Highway 99, we're going to take just a little screenshot. The Times you did a wonderful story, and there were also just really great graphics that help us understand all of this. We're going to go through a few of these projects. Highway 99, what's happening?
Well, it already changed since the story ran on Sunday. The tunnel is expected to open now this fall, maybe late November, early December, instead of January of 2019. Now, if you've been around a while, you know that that's still 3 years later than the governor and the legislature planned on, but that change is going to happen sooner than a lot of us were expecting, and there's going to be a period of 3 to 5 weeks where there's no viaduct and the tunnel's not quite open yet. And that's going to be pretty tough. We've been through 2 of these before where the Alaskan Way Viaduct was completely closed during demolition.
Well, we'll just have to manage, but a little forewarning is helpful. The light rail shortage, when does that happen?
Well,
I was looking for more light rail.
well,
really hoping for more.
Shortage is sort of a loaded word, and I'm getting a little bit of pushback on that.
Okay.
But what that means is Sound Transit ordered 152 rail cars, which would almost quadruple the current fleet to get ready for Northgate Link in 2021. When that happens, you have 4-car trains, hold 600 to 800 people apiece, running every 6 minutes, a huge increase in capacity, but that doesn't happen until 2021. Meanwhile, more people are using Link than anticipated, and a whole lot of buses that will have trouble getting across downtown are supposed to pull up short at Husky Stadium or Pioneer Square Station. So what that means is that the trains will be more crowded than they are today.
Till 2021.
Yes, basically, Sound Transit says they can carry everybody, but it'll be tighter quarters than folks are used to.
Okay, everybody, please take a shower. Pike Place sidewalks. The Pike Place sidewalks, what's happening with this?
So these are still on the drawing board, and this is one area where the public can still really weigh in quite a bit, and decisions aren't all made. But the basic idea is to increase the sidewalk and bike lane space, and especially at the market to convert Pike Street to a 1-lane road with slow cars and bicycles, and have a huge plaza with lunch wagons and tables and chairs to make it more active for people walking around. It's a huge philosophical change in the way Seattle and other American cities are doing business in the central core.
We're just going to have to get used to that. The convention center is changing as well.
Yeah, the convention center project is sort of the catalyst for this whole idea of one center city and trying to adapt and make these projects work together. But basically that's a $1.6 billion project. It doubles the current size of the convention center, and it adds an office building and a hotel. For people traveling through downtown, it means buses like the 41 to Northgate and the 550 to Bellevue. Hugely popular bus routes are kicked out of the downtown tunnel. They're going to go on yet undetermined surface streets. There will be a temporary ramp for $4 million that goes from the tunnel up to the street during the first year of this convention construction, and then in fall of 2019, that goes away.
Then just wait till it snows and then and see
well,
what happens.
Snow days, the buses are often not crowded because folks don't even get to them.
If they can just go. Okay, Rainier Tower, what's happening with that?
So we chose Rainier Tower because it's emblematic of the entire downtown growth phenomenon that's going to keep going for a while. It's 58 stories. They will occupy at least a lane of Fifth Avenue during most of construction. The silver lining, if there is one, is that they developed this new technique of building the core of the tower out of a sandwich, metal and concrete in between. That is supposedly going to save 9 months compared to normal construction. They have a goal to finish in 2020. We'll see. But meanwhile, it's going to be, you'll find the normal barricades and lane closures around there.
Okay, and then the streetcar connector.
Yeah, it's a really intriguing project. It's $177 million. Not all the federal money has arrived yet, but enough has that they started breaking ground. This is going to convert 2 of the 4 lanes of First Avenue into transit-only lanes, but there's an interesting catch. They're trying to race to build the streetcar lanes during 2018 so that in 2019, while the viaduct is being demolished, that diverting traffic can take the streetcar lanes of First Avenue for a full year until the trains are all delivered and arrived, and then general traffic will be kicked out, and that becomes a transit only for 2 of the 4 lanes of First. That's a very intricate dance and staging. There's no guarantee it'll work as planned. Folks need to be ready to adapt.
Let's hope, though. That, I mean, that sounds like at least there's a cool plan if it all comes to be. So the web story is on the Seattle Times, and it has a really cool setup. We're going to take a look at what this looks like. So you can scroll around, and as you scroll around, what can we see?
Well, as you scroll around, you'll see brief descriptions, 2 or 3 paragraphs of each project, alongside a zoomed area of the map where the corridors and the project exist. In many cases, final decisions haven't been made, but we're doing what we can. This thing is going to be updated every week or 2 for the next 3 to 4 years. It's a moving target. The best strategy is to take a deep breath and get out of bed in a good mood in the morning if you're
guided
downtown.
meditation, that kind of thing. But really, if we're forewarned, then at least we know what's coming our way and we can be prepared for maximum constraint. It was a great piece of work, and I really appreciate you coming and talking to us about it.
Good luck getting through.
Up next, a look at the latest rulings on the administration's travel ban, some important local connections. We'll be right back.